Welcome to another exciting episode of
ZoeTv.
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 ZoeTV. And
Zoe
this is
TV.
going to go fast because we've got two amazing guests.
Yes.
Two amazing residents.
Yes.
And so there's no time for our little back and forth.
What?
Because we got to get going.
I know.
We got
You're
amazing
right.
guests with amazing background. We're starting with Nancy Frisbee.
Hello.
Nancy.
Hello.
You're unbelievable. You made it here. We spend a lot of time together in the mornings and in workout, but why don't you tell all the guests, all the residents, who you are, a little bit about yourself.
I was born and raised in Prescott, Arizona. I went to school at the University of Arizona. I was married in 1969, and my husband died of cancer in 2003. We were in the shipping container business where we produced primarily grape plugs for the produce industry. My husband decided that he wanted to retire in 1991, and I ran the business from 1991 until October of last year.
Wow.
And well, that isn't true. I ran the business until December of the previous year,
Okay.
which there was an arson fire in the outer perimeter that secured the land that where we assembled the boxes burned down. It was and the Jamara family decided that they did not want to secure that land. They really wanted to sell it. And so I was out of business and COVID started.
Yes, COVID changed a lot.
Yes, it did. And it made where I was active and saw employees continually and was out and about. I started isolating myself, and that's when I started drinking. And I made myself a promise that I would never drink and drive. And I never drank during the daytime. I only drank at night. And it was a situation where I OD'd because I tried to go off alcohol by myself because I knew I was in trouble and drinking too much, and I didn't want to do that. And I was sitting outside on my back porch, and I had crawled into my house and called 911, but I was able to open the back door, patio door, so they did not, when the paramedics when the ambulance and the paramedics got there, they didn't have to break into my house. It was still secure. And I was in the San Joaquin Hospital for 5 days, and then I was in San Dimas rehab after that. And they told my family that I would probably be there from 6 months to a year. And when I got to rehab, they said, she won't be here very long. That because I was extremely flexible and I was despite the drinking, I was in very good health.
Good. Okay.
That I hadn't stopped eating, I hadn't stopped exercising, and so I was very fortunate. And when I was moved, my family, my brother lives in Peoria, Arizona, and my sister had a home in Scottsdale and a home in Prescott, and they sold the home in Scottsdale shortly after I was moved to Scottsdale, Arizona.
Gotcha.
There was not a place open here, or they didn't know about Glencroft
Okay.
at the time of the movement. My sister-in-law's, my brother's wife, he was a construction worker, and so were his children when this place was being
Oh my
built.
gosh.
Oh, wow.
And that's how
Unbelievable.
they
Small world.
found out about Glencroft.
Okay.
I was put on a waiting list and told it could be a year before there was an opening. And all of a sudden, I was in a home in Scottsdale, Arizona, that unfortunately most of the people were, there were 7 of us there, and most of them were in really bad shape. And the first weekend I was there, 2 of their care providers quit, and so I was not allowed to leave the property unless someone was with me, and since that required a family member to be with me, I was contained primarily to walking the grounds. And so to keep up my exercising, I started exercising myself by doing bicycling first thing in the morning, and extended to doing flexibility exercises. And they had a swimming pool, but they weren't licensed to so that you could use it. So when I got here, this was just a wonderful, wonderful new experience for me,
Yes.
with all of the activities and all of
Yes.
the people. And I was put in assisted living, and I introduced everyone in the dining room to each other. I learned everybody's names and the people. So I said good morning to everyone and said good afternoon at lunch. And people started communicating with each other instead of just the
Sitting.
people at their table.
Right.
And I'm a bridge player. I also, I've played hand and foot, and they have taught me how to play 5 crowns. I've participated in all of the activities, the majority of the activities that have gone on. I have appreciated the exercise classes tremendously. And I'm a swimmer and always have been.
Nice.
And because of Moxie Corey providing the swimming pool, but it wasn't heated. And so we could only swim
in the
3 months out of the year. And I lifeguarded during the summers when I would come home from college, and I taught swimming.
Nice.
And I know first aid, and it just, this has been a wonderful experience for me, and I'm hoping that my family finally will approve that I can either stay in this facility. I love my room. I love where I am located
Now, where are you on campus? Where do you live?
in assisted living
In
Villas.
apartment.
the villas. Oh,
The
it is
villas.
nice. Yes.
And I'm in apartment 171, and I'm just extremely happy there. And it just, I love to cook, and that's the only drawback for me.
Right.
Because my husband and I entertained quite a bit.
Yes.
And being raised in the restaurant business.
Yes.
I'm a very good cook.
Well, you are extremely active in your wellness and your overall health. And I get the luxury of seeing you on the walking path with the workouts we do outside, in the pool, in the group video. Having resources like that, you started using right off the bat and you haven't looked back. I mean, you are active.
Very. And it's all because of this place.
Yeah, and it's makes it convenient to have a
Well,
workout place, the outdoor area to walk, and
it's safe.
it's safe.
There has only been one time that I was trying to walk at night that I felt unsafe. And other than that, I have felt completely safe here on the grounds, that I can walk any place, that I can walk by myself.
Right.
And I've developed lots of friends, and I've encouraged a lot of people to please start doing some of the exercising. And even if they do it in their own room and watch it on television, if they will start to do some of the exercising, and several of them have started using the classes, and some of them are limited because of the insurance that they carry, that they have to, their Medicare is not such that they have to use their own provider, which is now available, as I understand it, from looking at Channel 2 and looking at the video, which is a wonderful program that you're now providing. That there is an outside resource that these people can...
For physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech,
Right here on the campus. I mean, it's kind of a city.
And they will do
community.
that because of you're making the opportunity for them to use your facility with all of the equipment that you have, and with all of the training that
that Steve and Mark provide.
They get to see the other people improving.
Yes.
And they get to see the exercises that are done, which to me is a motivational...
it's encouraging.
Well,
when
we
you
talk
see
about it a lot because the video on TV you can do in your apartment.
Yes.
And
if
it's
you can't
good,
make it.
But if you can get in the group atmosphere of doing the same video but with the others and seeing others improve along the way, it is inspiring and motivating.
Right.
To be a part of
and
that.
that socialization is so important.
Well, and it was something that I missed tremendously.
Yeah.
And I've been back to Bakersfield once now, because when I was moved, I was given 30 minutes to pack a bag and get back on an airplane. And I brought summer clothes.
Okay. And now it's so winter.
And so I got to, just recently, I got to fly home and fly back to Bakersfield. I consider this home now.
Yeah, this is home. Well, Nancy, we loved having you. I get the luxury of seeing you in action, and you should see this flexibility on this one. Full splits. She can do the full splits.
Well, no.
Let me tell the story, Nancy. Full splits.
Full split.
You have great
Okay,
flexibility.
Can you cross your legs over your thighs? You know, you pull your legs up.
Yes.
You know what? My dad could do that until he was 87.
Amazing.
Because you do it all the time.
All right,
Yeah.
Nancy, you're amazing. Thank you
Thank
for joining
Thank
us.
you for having me.
Absolutely. Okay, we got another guru of fitness and wellness and in just lifestyle. Like it's not like a new thing. This is part of their life from the beginning.
Yes.
And that's so cool to see.
That's
So we are lucky.
important.
Elaine
Yes.
Hughes is joining us. Elaine,
Yeah?
you are an icon on this campus and you don't know it. I hear your name all the time
Really?
from all sorts of different residents, how passionate you are in helping them be better. I mean, you're one of those peers in this campus that are motivating and inspiring others. I mean,
Well, it makes me feel good when somebody's doing well also.
Yes.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about yourself for residents that might not know you.
I have 5 children, 12 great grandchildren, and at least 16 great-grandchildren.
My
and
goodness.
They keep marrying women with children.
Okay, so
I
then it
get more
adds
and
up.
more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Quickly multiplies.
So-
All right. And they're
And-
spread out all over the
They're
country,
all
I'm
over.
sure.
Yep.
Okay.
And where are you from?
New Jersey.
Wow. And when did you come to Arizona?
Well, I came to California for help with my husband. I had 2 daughters on the West Coast, one in California, one in Arizona. And nothing worked for my husband in California. So my daughter said, come to Arizona and see for a week and see if it works. And everything did work. So my idea was to find a place for both of us. He would be in like Sarah's place and I would be. But I've been here 5 years. So during that time, I've seen a lot of places.
Yeah.
And I kept coming back. I've probably been here 4 different times. And my children wanted me to go to the newest and all the bells
Yeah.
and
Right,
whistles
right.
and all that. And even at the end, I said, well, I will, but I need to go back to Glencroft. So I brought one of them with me. And whoever brought us around, they laughed the whole time. So my daughter said, I think you're in the right place. And I thought,
Oh.
thank heavens, because that's what I kept saying.
Yeah.
The workers were very friendly. You saw people when you came to
Yes.
and you don't see people in other facilities. And the attitude was just very good, and that's what I was interested in.
Ah,
Oh, and you've just perpetuated that.
yes.
Right. So
I'm anxious to hear about your whole swimming and water, love of water, and what you've done with the residents.
I started when my children were very young, and with the Red Cross, our town needed a water instructor. So I got all that training. And then as the years went on, I ended up at the Y for probably over 10 to 20 years. And then I ended up at a private swim club on the ocean. So I've taught regular exercise, senior exercise, arthritic, handicap, mostly in the water. And even in people's private pools, I used to go before you were concerned about suits and insurance
Sure.
and things.
Right.
I used to go to homes and teach their children to swim. But and I always think I'm retiring. When I moved to California, I thought I was too old, and my instructor was 85. So I thought, well, that doesn't work. And then when I came here, they were using a sheet of paper, and I said, well, I could do it, but who knows?
So what do you teach?
I teach water aerobics, and it's for try to get everybody at any level working. And we have one non-swimmer, but any non-swimmer can do it because you can stand. And
Right.
And the great thing is they can do exercises they can't do out of the water. I
Exactly.
can do things in the water that I can't do out of the water.
Right.
So, and I've always had men and women in the class, and it's the first time really that I've had just women. I always try to encourage men to come. Now the football players, they go to water aerobics
Yes.
to get in shape, and if you I had a hip replacement, and the only rehab I did before and after was exercises in the pool.
Nice.
And I still can ride my bike and do things that I want to do. So,
Well, you're a good person to have, obviously, with our residents in the water, because it's safety first. I mean,
right,
we've talked a
absolutely.
lot about safety
Yeah,
on dry land and in water when you're
Yes.
exercising. And
Right.
it's something we take so sacred, is the safety of everybody that's doing the exercising.
Right.
And I think that's your lens. You look through all of the
right.
classes you've probably ever done, but specifically here. And why don't you talk a little bit about the times that you're in there?
Yes.
And how that works.
Well, we're there from 8 to 9, and some people don't like that 8 o'clock, but that's what we've been given, and others love it. And my star performers are all in their 90s. There were 4 of them that were, and I told them, if anybody else comes, you are going to be the stars,
Yes.
because they already know what they're doing, and they just get better and better. And we use the whole pool. I go back and forth. I don't just stay in one spot. We keep our heart rate up for a certain amount of time. We warm up, and then we do the stretching and cool down, and
All in the water.
all in the water.
So
Absolutely.
you don't have to be a swimmer, because
No,
these are not
absolutely.
holding your breath or.
No, and if you have, you can adjust the exercise to always have one foot on the ground. If you have some of those weighted belts would be great, and then you're a little more comfortable. But they're all doing good.
And how many are in your class?
Well, I've had 6, but I hope to. Is it really that you can only have 10 in that pool?
Well, that's kind of our rule of thumb, and it altered through COVID. COVID kind of changed a
Right.
lot of the dynamics.
Because
there.
before we didn't have that limit,
No,
did we?
we've kind of kept it, depending on how many instructors are in there or what the safety needs were. And that's why
Right.
we started the assisted swim and some of the other opportunities for aquatic therapy, if you will, just to take some of those harder cases and bring them together there.
Right.
So I think that number 10 is somewhat flexible. But like I said, I mean,
Right.
with what you guys are doing, with safety being paramount,
Yeah.
you know, and because I'm in that pool a lot, I agree with you that every level can participate, and it's with the bars on the side and the different levels of actual 3 foot, 4 foot. You know, it's very progressive that
Right.
almost anybody can use it, and we bring people in the chair all day long, and it's such a great.
But
And we
that's
have-
a different class,
Yeah,
right?
that's,
yeah,
that's the
that's not
assisted
in
swim.
No.
your class, but
I'm planning to go to his class.
Yeah,
It's always good to see what somebody else is doing. But using all the equipment too, that's fun.
Yeah.
You know, we have noodles, and I have some balls. I'd like to have more balls. And there's a lot of things you can do
Yeah.
with equipment.
Well, let's get out of the water, go to dry land.
Right.
You've been out every Tuesday, Thursday with us, besides you going back to New Jersey for a little bit,
Right.
on the outdoor workout equipment and the trail itself. How are you enjoying that? You like the exercise and being outside as well as
Oh,
swim,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's challenging.
Yeah.
Everything. Even the class that you do in the chair, I've been to that a couple times, and that's challenging. I thought that would be really easy, but it wasn't.
Yeah. Well,
So
I think you're a great person to talk about the outdoor equipment, because you've been consistently coming to that class. And I think that from the Tai Chi spinners where you stand, where you sit, they're all functional. They're all movement that
Right.
you can incorporate in your everyday life. And I think for some residents that are having problems with just general moving,
right.
it's a great equipment out there.
Yeah, I also had a diet center, so I've worked with people that are trying to lose weight, and exercise is always a big part of that.
Sure.
And
right.
right now, I'm encouraging someone, and I always say you got to do a little more. You got to do a little more today.
Yeah.
That's
And
right.
water is so good for your joints, and
Oh, absolutely.
you know what? You're right. You can do a lot more in the water. So
Mhm. It's like going home when I get back in the water.
yeah.
It feels so good.
And you do it every day at 8?
No.
Oh.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and it's open to anybody who
Right.
wants to come.
Mm-hmm.
And we're encouraging guys
Yes.
to jump
And
in. on
even
it.
if
even-
they want to come.
So it's
and-
not.
No, we
Oh,
have
okay.
that, but with this set that she's running,
Right.
we're trying, because I get so many guys coming into the Tuesday class.
Right.
trying to make a little push to
Right.
go on those other days because we just do
Yeah.
Tuesday. They love the water so much. So
Right.
go
Right.
play with these
And
guys.
it always makes the class interesting
Oh, yeah.
to have
Yes.
men and women.
Yeah, no
A little
doubt.
bit different. So
All right. So with our last minute, are you staying here for Christmas? Or are you venturing out of?
no,
You're staying.
I'm not
Okay.
planning to.
Okay.
Nobody has invited me. If my
they-
children
hey.
say, "Where are you going?" Wherever you invite me, I'm going.
That's awesome. Well, I know you just got back from New Jersey, and
Yeah.
we were cold today on the path, though. But back east,
Right.
Yeah.
it's
It
a whole
felt the
different level. of
same.
cold.
It felt
You
the
felt
same.
the same as this
I-
morning. It was
yeah.
cold today.
Right.
It was cold
I
today.
know.
Well,
Yeah.
we appreciate everything you're doing for our residents.
Well, I enjoy it.
You're amazing, and I do hear your name a lot. Residents
that's
are
funny.
so happy you're here. So
Yes.
thank you
too.
for all you do.
It was a good move.
Very cool. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.